Hi everyone, it's John C Morley, serial entrepreneur here, and you're tuned into the JMOR Reviews Channel. Not too long ago, we actually unboxed the powerline 1000 NetGear's PL1000, which is a device that allows you to extend Ethernet in your home when there might be a place that Wi-Fi doesn't work, or in our case, you need to extend the Wi-Fi in maybe one little tiny nook. The nice thing about this product is that you can add several of them, and you can put them all around your house as long as it's on the same electricity path. So when you get a great router, they work in a lot of places, but in some houses, there are places where you're gonna get dead spots. And that's why this product is amazing. All right, so plugging it in is very easy. As I mentioned to you, you just basically plug the one cable in, and this goes into your into one of the ports on your router. Hopefully it's a NetGear router. If you have a cable router that was provided by your local internet service provider, maybe that's Altice, used to be Optimum, Time Warner, Xfinity. The problem with the routers that a lot of these companies provide, even Verizon, they're not the highest quality when it comes to Wi-Fi. So I always recommend, to use their modem to take the signal in from the network, and then to have a better quality router, like a NetGear. And again, there are lower priced routers, there are higher priced routers. You just need to look at the one that makes sense for you, because if you have a home that has over 4,000 square feet, you're gonna need the one that has, more coverage, and you're probably gonna need one extender or two. And the extenders generally give you about 2,500 square feet. So if you have that kind of a home that's around 4,000 square feet, you're gonna need the router and you're gonna need one extender. But what happens if you have maybe the pool room or the kids' room or some other room in the house, and you just can't get service in that one little nook, or maybe that billiard room? You can't get service, it's in the basement, or maybe on the top floor, you can't seem to get service all the way in the right wing that's just so distant from everything else. And you're not gonna spend money to run a cable up there, that's gonna be expensive. And you don't wanna put commercial Wi-Fi in, right? So this is a great alternative. Setting it up, relatively easy. When you plug the NetGear extender, which is what this plugs right into your AC outlet. Now, different than a lot of extenders that are on the market, you'll notice that it plugs into the wall, but this extender actually extends your service using your electricity. Remember, it takes your Ethernet signal going into here, and it sends your Ethernet signal through your premise wiring. Again, if you do have different electrical panels, you have to make sure that the circuit that you're putting it on is gonna be on the same panel. If you go to another circuit in your house and it's on a different panel, well, that circuit is not gonna be able to receive the signal to be able to talk to what I call the transmitter. So you got your transmitter and you got your receiver. But this is also a transmitter receiver for Wi-Fi. So they have the product where you can just extend the signal, but this is nice because if maybe there's one area and you just need to get Wi-Fi coverage in just a little bit of a small area, and everything else is working perfectly. So I plugged it in, and yes, you can just scan this with your phone, and you can use the default Wi-Fi network name, and you can use the network key and password. I don't like to do that. So what I did is I plugged it in, went to, just like they told you in the book, there's a spot here. You don't have to know the IP address. You literally just go to My Wi-Fi Extender. That's all you do. You just go to www or just mywifi.ext.net, and then you're able to set this up, choose your SSID, choose your password. I never like to use what comes from the manufacturer, but I have to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. When I first started using this product, I wasn't sure how well it was going to work. I am very impressed with how well this device works. The only thing I want to share with you is that if you put this too close to the network that already has Wi-Fi, just make sure that you're not using the same channels, or your Wi-Fi is going to freeze or drop, because the network is actually going to freeze. So that's really important. But again, for under $200, it was like $169, really a reasonable product for you to purchase. And if you're not tech savvy and you do just plug it in and follow the basic information, you can use it out of the box. But again, being a security freak that I am and taking care of Wall Street, I never like to use settings that are already pre-set up for me. I'm gonna give this product out of a 10. I'm not gonna give it a 10, and the only reason is the simplicity of how you set up may not be that easy for everyone. I'm gonna give it a 9.7, which is pretty high for me, as you know. It works very well. It's extremely respectable. It has LED lights to tell you what's going on. You have a power LED, you have an Ethernet LED. You have the ability to pair devices using a security button. You have a Wi-Fi LED, you have an on and off switch, you have a WPS button, so that you can press that and you can pair the devices. Now, they're already paired when you get them, but you actually can add more of these secondary devices like this, or just a device with the ability to just bring the signal without a Wi-Fi. The only thing I wish they would have done, which they did on a lot of the other units, they allowed a pass-through so you could have a plug on it. On this model, they didn't do that. That only is if you're using the non-Wi-Fi version. So again, I think you will find that it is a breath of fresh air. It's definitely a big cost savings if you have to hire a tech company to run a line for you, or even put a separate access point. This is something you can just move around. And if, let's say, you need to move to another area of your home that you're suddenly using, you don't use that often, you could just take this device and plug it into that plug, and your signal's gonna follow you. But the nice thing is you can actually expand this into your home up to a total of 16 devices. Pretty nice. But again, that is gonna add up, but most people only need one or two. So if something's not working in the bedroom on the 3rd floor, and maybe something's not working all the way downstairs, like the Wii, right? Or your Xbox, or maybe your smart TV that's in the man cave, and your router's way upstairs. This is a perfect solution. I am John C Morley, serial entrepreneur. You've been watching the JMOR Reviews Channel. And remember, if you have a product that you'd like me to unbox, review, just go to JMOR.com, click on the reach out button at the top right, let us know what product you have, and we are gonna ask you to send it to us, prepaid freight. You're gonna have to donate it to us. Be sure to check out many of my other channels, which you can learn about by visiting JMOR.com. Under social, you will see a lot of the different things and shows that we have. And I hope this information helps give you some insight to what you need to do before you make your next purchase. Again, I'm John C Morley, serial entrepreneur, and it is my pleasure to bring you these tips that might just help you with technology and make your life a little bit easier. I'll see you soon.